Righto, here's version 8 of my space game. So we're looking at the mission selection screen presently. So currently I've got a JSON file with a list of missions in it, and there's a bunch of extra data in there, objectives and prerequisites and so on, but there's a link to a path to a scene file, and each of those scene files contains all of the mission specific objects, assets. Can have some scripting in there as well. And when you click on one of these items in the list here, it loads up the mission specific scene file, and then it loads up like a top level scene file and smooshes them together to create a playable mission. So it's a tutorial mission. So you start out with just one ship and then some cargo containers. And so very straightforward. You just blow them up and you complete the mission. So there's a flag that gets set in the background once all of the required objects have been destroyed. Basically the goal here is just to get the player familiar with the controls and how you record a turn and then play back a turn. So commit that, and then it plays it back for the last time. And then I'll have a little box over here that win mission, complete mission, whatever. Because I don't want to just dump someone straight out into it, back to the mission menu, because they might want to do something else. So yep, that's the two things I wanted to have done. So I'm not sure if I'm going to annoy OBS by doing this. Is it going to be annoyed? Hey! So over on the right hand side here, I've got this table with all the different types of ships that you currently have in your fleet, and then how many you have in reserve and how many you've assigned to the mission. This is all just, none of this actually does anything, but this is what I'm thinking of, how I'm thinking of having it look. So you pick the mission you want, and it shows all the detailed information in the box in the middle here. You choose what you think you need for that mission, and then you embark on the mission. But yeah, at the moment it's just all placeholder, something to rearrange and fiddle with and see how I feel about. And I've still got the old debug mission here. I've been playing around with some of the logic around how the auto-targeting works, and it doesn't work in every case. So if you've got something you want to shoot with something you don't really care about behind it, the auto-targeting isn't smart enough to sort of do a bit of prioritization to work out what you might be wanting to shoot at. So I want to fix that for the next version. And I think I want to add a bit more complexity to the objective checking. So right now there's just a list of things that you need to keep alive and the things that you need to make dead, and a number that is the sort of threshold for success for either of those. So if you have like an escort mission and you absolutely must keep everything alive, then that number will be, you'll have 6 objects you've got to keep alive, and the success threshold is 6. But I want to be able to have a bit more flexibility in that system, because right now it's pretty rudimentary. And the other thing I want to look at fixing up is collisions with non-ships. So at the moment, a little while ago I broke, if I grab a fighter here and I just crash it into this asteroid, it doesn't actually do the physics, you just pass straight through it. So I want to look at fixing that up as well. I know that's 3 things I want to fix in one version, but let's get ambitious. Wow. Yep, okay. That's it for this one. Oh, I've got an idea for a name for the game, but I've got a few ideas and I want to work out which one's the best one. So I'm thinking about that too. Okay, bye.